Hello everybody, Reaper X1 here again, playing some more TerraTech, and this is still within my playthrough that I was doing as I went through the updates, but I first got to welcome you. Thank you for joining me, and also, always hoping you're having a good one, as I try. But yeah, we're working on the crafting base still, and I got kind of a new idea that I've been working on, but I gotta get this top section built first. So I'm still in the thinking of part of the working on, but as usual in the campaign, there's all these little red dots around, so I gotta really keep an eye on them as we get into these things. But you know, while we're just getting started up here, I'm just gonna take a second and shoot this guy in the face.
Get him out!
Get him! Yeah! But the minute I was gonna take is I was gonna maybe just remind you, just in case you forgot, or maybe you don't know, that if you like what you're seeing, to throw the like down in the comments. Very cool always, and muchly appreciated for the feedback, the constructive criticisms, and all the awesome you guys bring to my little channel. And from there, subscribe, ding the bell maybe, wander the channel, bring some friends. We could always have a bunch of fun, more the merrier kind of thing. And also don't forget about the description. There's some good stuff down in there. Stuff like the Third Showcase, or the new Tekka project. Pretty good ideas, I believe. Good opportunities for inspired building, and inspired builders. Now, you may have remembered, or have seen my video about troubling bugs, where things just ain't kind of working out the way I would hope they would. And, well, this is the build-up to it. Now, I was thinking of just putting this one on hold and waiting until it gets fixed, but it's hard to say when that's going to happen, because I got a response from one of the developers, and they say that they haven't had a chance to look at that issue yet, so I'm going to see if I can find me a way of working around it as best I can, and we'll just go from there. As long as I can prove the idea will work when it is fixed, I'll keep building. That's my theory on the matter. So I'm thinking, if I build it up, and if worse comes to worse, I got me an idea on how I can get separate snapshots of all the different pieces that are going to be on this tech, because this isn't just a two-part multi-tech when it's done. There could be a couple extras. So the idea behind this is easy setup for this whole base. That's the only reason I'm doing this. It's not that it's going to make it that much, how do I put it? It's not going to be more than one use for the actual moving part of the top there. Because what it's supposed to do is travel down the conveyors. Ah, crap, I just noticed something. I boo-booed. I boo-booed. My conveyor setup's gonna have to change, but that's alright. I caught it now, and I know how to fix that, so it'll be alright. I'll figure that out in a minute. Or we'll fix that up in a little bit, because who knows. And sometimes the minutes slip right by me. It's crazy. But yeah, what it's meant to do is to actually shift that side over. You see where I got the chargers down there at the end, right? That's going to be part of my parking spot. So anyone who comes to use this has a spot to park, be protected, and be kept charged. I think that's a pretty good idea. And now another thing I do want to do at some point is build in a resource receiving area right into that section too. So, I got quite a bit of work to do on this still, but first we got to get the perimeter down, and we'll get it all armed up. And bubbles. See, I was thinking of putting bubbles up high, too, like above the windows and that, but then, geez, all you're going to see is a bunch of bubbles. I don't want that. No, I don't. No. It'd be really nice if we had invisibubbles, but when they got shot, you'd see, like in space movies, when the invisible shield gets shot, it's like, boom, and you see, like, the blast wave go across the shield. That'd be pretty frickin' sweet, I think. I'd like it. Maybe some others would too, and maybe, the developers will like that idea if they hear this, and then maybe they'll try for that, but I don't know. But what I wanted to do is just, as I've said, the game's been updating pretty frequent right now because of they got a big push on. Well, I guess they're going to console soon. Oh, and they want to be released to 1.0 this summer, I guess. So they've been doing everything they can to get a bunch of good updates out for us, get things stable, make multiplayer better, fix up some bugs and problems. So I'm going to try and get this thing to work using the X button the way it's meant to work as often as I get an update. So as you can see, I kind of retuned up the conveyors right already. That was a sooner minute than I thought it would have been. But we're going to just see how it all goes. Looks like it's all functioning right so far. Now, the one thing I'm kind of wondering is if it does work, will my next pieces continue to give me a problem the way this one has? So what I was thinking, oh, damn it, I forgot to put the cab on it. He's just sitting there loose. He ain't actually attached. Nah, had a moment. That one lasts a little long, but that's why I save before doing stuff like that, because, man, it would suck if I had to go through a lot of stuff before. Because I did a little bit of building there, right? Yeah, I don't really want to have to keep rebuilding a bunch of stuff every time I have my boo-boos. I've already done that a couple times, though. Okay, so now we got a cab attached. We're getting it all tuned up. Get everything where it's supposed to be, settings-wise. Okay, is it going to work? Come on, be a buddy, be a buddy. And nope, not too much. See, the thing that kind of gets me weird, that one side how it stayed together and then it still come off the resource. I'm not really into that. So, see, I do know the idea works, because like I ran that little test earlier without all the other big extension on there, just like the main 4 legs of this top piece, and whoa. Huh. Okay, let's try a cab there then. Oh. Yeah, because I know at one time when I was building the hangar, depending on where the cab was, it would fall apart differently. And this is doing the same kind of thing, but I did manage to... What? Yeah, that's kind of ugly, isn't it? Shifted the blocks. It didn't actually make them fall apart, it shifted them. But with the hangar for the airport of New Teca, now look at this, so cabs all over. I got one there, I got a Venture back there, I got a Hawkeye there, I got another cab in the other far corner. Maybe I should try a couple more, though. We'll get one on every corner. But like I was saying, I found a sweet spot on that hangar door, because that's what kept falling apart and doing the same kind of thing. And it stopped. It started working. So there could be a sweet spot in this that will allow it to work. But I have not been able to find it. Because where I have the cab, where I find the cab to work nice is right where that long arm or wall comes out. And that didn't really work that great. It was better with only one cab. But anyway, I'm going to take a chance on it. I'm going to build a little bit here. And then maybe I got an idea. Like I said, I know how to get this to work, I think. And then we'll try things out and we'll hope for the best. So, you dirty bogger, get out of here. You're shooting at me. You're shooting at me. And I don't really have any defenses on that side, because that is the unfinished side and is also supposed to be kind of contained within a perimeter wall. So we better get over there and do some damage. Wow, that was damage, I tell you. Holy. Was that like one shot in a bit? Oh, I guess, yeah, I do have some cannons there. So hopefully they were helping a little bit. Maybe they were. But I think those missiles really put in some work on that little fella. Well, I guess he was a bigger fellow than me, but he's not now. Oh, he's a little bit everywhere. That's kind of funny. He gets around. So yeah, the one thing I have been having a problem with is getting the frickin' EXP ramps to finish my ramp here. It's really been kind of bothering me. So I've been thinking I might just have to go do a ton of driving around to get those at some point, but we'll see. Depends how badly I really want to get that ramp done, I guess. I'm going to sell those off just in case someone else comes back and blows up my stuff. So I'll sell them and then I can put that away. Because it's going to be a bit before I do any more testing. Well, in real game time anyway. Oh, I had one. And of course, that's it. Not ideal. See, there's a few things that I've been suggesting in that for, we'll get them. Yeah, the little guy done. The little bigger guy done. Soldier. Should have picked your battles better, buddy. But some of the things I've been suggesting is when we hit or maxed out licenses, I was suggested that there should be a terminal for the special blocks. Because you can't craft them. And you only get like 1 or 2 when you go to the terminal here and buy them. Or to the trading station. So I suggested the little shop, the terminal that we can have and drive around and drop wherever. Yeah, I do need one of those. So I want to bring my little Reaper Citizen into here because this is going to New Tech of this build. So, I should probably have one of them. And he's the size standard I used when I set up everything I've done. So I'm going to have to really work with him. And then anything that's smaller was going to work just fine. Anything the same size work fine. Anything bigger, may have issues. So if you're making a citizen for New Teca, which hey, join in. It could be a lot of fun. So far it has been. It's been a little bit since I put out a video for that. Mainly because I've been working on this and other things and setting up and, oh, you ain't getting too close. Oh, ram them. So, oh, whoa. That worked out better than I thought it would. Yeah, like I've just been working on getting a lot of the little pieces that you might not notice or might not even really see kind of done and stuff like that. And it's been kind of a weird little while here, like in real life too. There's been some stuff going on. So my time's been a little limited. But after all that and the problems with getting the ramps and stuff and just things holding me back, I figured I'm going to go to the R&D. I think I'm going to finish it here. And also I wanted to see if it would work any better with the brand new update, no save game, possibly causing issues. And no, it does not really work any better. Works about the same. Maybe things don't shift as much, but they're still shifting. So, not good. Nope, not liking that. So I kind of got thinking, I wonder if I should go back some updates and try them. So I went back and I tried like 7.9. No. That ain't gonna work out. That was 7.9 there. And then I also thought, well, maybe, just maybe, I'll give it a second try. So we'll see what it does. Move the cab. Let's put it down there. Maybe that'll help. Because it seems like one cab works the best. Multiple cabs really went horrible. Wow, no, that did not work the best there. So that top spot so far is the best results I've got so far. Except for finding a way of the workaround that does let it work. So this one here, I think I went to 7.8. 0.7.8. And no. No go. So what I'm kind of thinking is it's the use of the the explosive bowl. Since it was built using that, I'm starting to think that that's the cause. So I'm not sure. I was thinking of rebuilding this whole top section and just using like a colored block as a sign to like pull here, disconnect me kind of thing. I still might. I'm not sure. I might try that. Because really, to build this upper piece is a fair bit of farting around and work. Because there's a lot of blocks in that, right? Oh, excuse me. But it might be worth it. Now, I even went this far, too. Try having it anchored. I figured if it was anchored, you know, maybe it'd help it separate the text better. No, not so much. Does the exact same thing and loses its anchor. So I figured I'm just going to try this. Now what I ended up having to do was to take the cab off of one piece, let it fall apart. Because the one with the cab was going to stay together was my thoughts on the matter. And that's what happened. It seemed to work out. So I did that, took my snapshot, took cab off the other one, let the one without the cab fall apart, took my snapshot. Now I got two of them I can place together, and hopefully it'll be nice. Hoping. It would be nice if it would work, but I'm not sure. Now we just gotta get it all lined up though. That's gonna be the fun part. And that's why I like the idea of using the explosive bolts, because then you don't possibly have this problem when you want to set it up. And sometimes in game it can be a lot slower, because there's been many occasions where it's better to build my surrounding stuff and then put the big tech in. Like this one ain't really truly 100% protected. It doesn't have bubbles all over it. It does have weapons. But if I get attacked at the wrong time, before bubbles are really fully charged, they can destroy my whole thing, and you know, that really sucks. I don't really want to do that. So I want it to kind of be easy to set up, so if it is laggy as heck, I can just get it going, have it do its thing, and I don't have to get frustrated trying to do little tiny micro moves when it's lagging like a crazy one. You know, those crazy ones, they're tough to deal with sometimes. I've dealt with a lot of it, and you may not see it in the video too much. And even when you see lag, it's just because it's not as bad as I've seen, so I've let it go a little bit, just to give you an idea of what I do work with. And when you get to the big builds, especially in the previous updates and a long time ago, holy crap, you ever placed a block once a minute? I have. Not the greatest day. That's why some of my builds have taken like 80 hours, because they're big and they were so slow. But I wanted to get them done. I wanted to build it. I wanted to see that idea work, because I knew the game would get better, right? And now all I have to do is get those builds, update them for any blocks that may have been replaced or taken out, and hopefully they'll still work just as good as they did back then. So we got her set up. Should be about in the right place, I think. So from there, we're just going to clean up stuff a wee bit. And let's just see what we can do with it. And of course, we're saving this, just in case I forget something and the first try doesn't happen to work great for me. My little stoppers, they were handy, I tell you. Straightened it out fairly good. Okay, now we just need our resources. And I like the Celestian crystals, because they're the most round we have, and they're they're just a little smaller, I'm pretty sure, than a one block empty space. So you're not going to get too much odd flipping around, and without having weird points or sharp corners, they shouldn't, like if they rotate on the conveyor, they shouldn't make things jiggle uncontrollably. So I'm going to save that again, just because I think it's a good idea. Now that one's almost popping through the side, so I'm hoping that ain't going to throw things all screwy like, but we'll figure that in a second when we see what happens. So okay, let's do this. Yep. Alright. Moment of truth. Unanchored. And it stayed. Yeah! I'm liking it. So that tells me right there the resources are going to work the way I want. And now let's just make sure. Hello? What's going on? Oh yeah, I forgot to switch them. Had another moment. Man, the moments are happening in this one, eh? Had two. That's brutal. So let's see. Oh, there it goes. Yes. Oh yeah, I'm liking that. See, that's why I wanted to keep building, because I had a really good feel and it was going to work. I just had to get to a spot where I could actually test it. But yeah, I'm liking that a lot. Because that is going to really speed up setting this up when it does work fully on its own. Oh, what? Oh, looks like one of the conveyors is screwy. 2 of them maybe, yeah. They're heading the wrong way, look at that. Not liking that crap. So maybe we'll try that again. Somewhere like that. We'll get that all dealt with. Yeah, and it probably didn't help that I don't think I had that little slot put in the back in that last one. Kind of forgot about that. Another moment, if that was the one, yeah, it's a rough day. I tells you, it's a rough day. Getting frustrated with all the problems, you know. I start forgetting stuff. But now I'm feeling better. I see it in action. I see it working. Oh, I'm really getting into this build now. Well, it looks like I'm going to be able to make it just a little bigger. And if I move those conveyors and put them just like a 90-degree corner without the little wiggle in it on the down, I can have that much more wall, that much bigger of a tech can fit in there, or that much more extra room will be left to keep things easy. So I'm liking that. That's going to really make for a nice little garage, I think. Just can't re-anchor while it's still being held by the resources, so that's something else I got an idea for, but we'll do that a little later. But I think right around here, I'm going to leave this on a high note. We got something good happen, so that's awesome. And if you happen to think that's awesome, throw the like down below, you know, throw some comments at it. Even the hellos, you know, they're muchly appreciated. It's always great to read from you, and that's the kind of awesome only you guys can bring. And that's why it is appreciated so much. And from there, ding the bell after subscribing. Take a wander through the description, because like I said earlier, there is some good links like the Saturday Showcase, where your cool and original techs could have a video of their very own. And all you gotta do is go to the Saturday Showcase auditions link, post your in-game snapshots or save games there, and I'll make the best dang video of your creations I can. The only requirements are, they need to be cool, not too hard, right? And original. Don't like repeats, and they have to be your own. I really would rather you not post someone else's text. And from there, don't forget about that new Techer project. It's a community build that we're trying to get going. It's for a world, man. It's for a world. And if you do, there's a new Techer project link. Make sure you read through and watch the video in the first post. It's got a lot of good info in there. And if you're into multiplayer, join me every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll get up to some rounds. So I'm going to leave this right about here. Oh, and also, if you'd like to help out the channel, there's a PayPal.me link down in the description. Feel free to donate, and hopefully you do. It'll really help me out, help the channel out, and we'll keep the good ones happening. So until that next time, just keep being the awesome, and keep having a good one. Bye.